Hello, and welcome to this board game, this board game life. My name is Mark, and I'm back for another playthrough. This time it's Star Wars: The Mandalorian Adventures Clan of Two expansion, and I'm going to be playing the very first mission, which actually is number 5, because it's an expansion. It carries over from the original game, the base game, and where you had 4 missions, and this is mission number 5, so which is the very first one in the expansion. So, before I start, just gonna ask, please hit like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you won't miss any new content. I'm going to caveat this that I'm obviously doing some things wrong in this game, and but I'm having a lot of fun. I'm trying to play it correctly, but just know don't follow me as a how to play. This is not a how to play. If you want to know how to play it wrong, then I'm going to do a lot of things wrong. But I've got, and now I'm going to do things different. So in my previous 2 videos that I did, they were the a I did well. Okay, I'm like losing my train of thought here. I should not do videos late at night, but I was playing with 4 separate characters, but I was playing them as if I had 4 people around the table, which would be the best way to play this, I think. So for here, now, this might be a big mistake, but I'm trying to make this game a little bit less. Trying to manage 4 people, I think that is only causing additional confusion. Trying to manage 4 different decks. And so I'm going to play the quote solo mode, which they call the shared character mode. So this first mission calls for the Mandalorian and Ahsoka Tano. So those are the 2 characters I'm going to play. I'm only playing with the 2, and there won't be 4. And their decks are combined. You will see her cards and his cards are in here as well. So it's 1 deck of cards, and basically you shuffle them all together. I will still draw 4 cards into my hand, and then instead of controlling just 1 character on that turn, I can control either, depending on the 4 cards that are in my hand. Now, if I have 4 cards for Ahsoka, then I can only control her. If I have 4 cards, if I end up drawing 4 cards for Mando, then I can only control him. If I have 2 cards for each character, or 3 and 1, whichever, then it's whichever card I play, that's the character I can move or do an action. I shouldn't say move. That's the character I can control or do an action on that particular time. So I think it will help because I'm going to have one stack of cards to manage, and this will be easier because this game calls for just 2 characters. So this mission, so I think that's going to help out tremendously. But there are a lot of new things in this game, so I'm probably going to get all them wrong. But I got some new abilities, and we'll just see how it goes at the end. I'm having fun, and that I want to play it correctly. I'm trying to play it correctly. If I get things wrong, which obviously I'm probably going to do because I've gotten a lot of things wrong in the last 2 playthroughs, even though my last one I did correct some things that someone pointed out to me. But then when they saw that video, they're like, "Yeah, you made some more mistakes, some new stuff." And I was like, "Oh man!" But they were being very nice about it. And again, they're like, "You know what? Someone like myself that plays a lot of games, I'm playing a lot of different stuff. It is harder to kind of try to remember every rule, and it can be complicated. So at the end of the day, it's about having fun. I don't want to win for the sake of winning, but I will say, even when I played it wrong, the 2 games prior where it was in my favor, I still lost. So I'm not good at board games. I do enjoy playing them. So been wanting to get to this expansion for a long time, so decided tonight I'm gonna get it out while a lot of things are fresh in my mind. I didn't want to put it back on the shelf like I did before and then come back and think I remembered how to play and found out I didn't. So just know I'm going to get stuff wrong, and do not use this as a how to play. That's not what this is. I'm just going to attempt to go through this mission and have fun. That's what it's all about. So let me get to the table, and we'll just get started. And again, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment if you see things I get wrong. That's fine. You can definitely tell me. I actually appreciate that Michael he actually showed me, said here's what you did, and I was like, oh yeah, how did I do this wrong? So I was able to correct that. Michael, if you're watching this, feel free to point out the things to me that I got wrong in the last one as well. I really would like to know what I'm doing wrong. So, but no worries. I appreciate you watching and commenting. So we're just going to jump into it. There's really no spoilers. There's no envelope. So like, that's the thing too with the base game. There's like 2 envelopes. And there's this card deck that you start out and it tells you, okay, in your first game, here's what you're going to do. And then once you complete that first game, you flip the card over and then you get some like new things to go in. So in the expansion, they even state that in the rules. Everything's available. There's no card deck to follow. There's no envelopes to unlock. Everything, you open up the box, everything's just there. And it's all there from the get-go. You do need the base game because there's things you need to bring over, like Mandalorian's character and his cards. There's the damage tokens. There are the threat cards and the skill cards. I'm sorry, the planning cards. You will need some threat cards. You're going to need the no, you don't need those. Those came in there, but the disable tokens, things like that. So you do require the base game to play this. It is an expansion, and there is another expansion coming out later this year from Unexpected Games. So they're going to be releasing the second expansion. This expansion is based on the Mandalorian TV show for season 2, and the next one is supposed to cover season 3 of the Mandalorian, and that'll be out later. Now, I know also in May, Mandalorian and Grogu is going to the big screen. So I can't remember if there was 3 seasons or just 2. I didn't look it up, but I think there was 3 seasons, and then there was the 4th one. Essentially, is the movie, I believe. It's been a long time, but playing this, tell you what, I want to go back and watch that series. So I'm probably gonna end up doing that here next week, restarting the Mandalorian series because it is so good. All right, enough of my rambling. Let's just get to the table and play. All right. So first thing, let me bring me Sody over here. Yes, I said Sody. And my alarm's going to go off in about 3 minutes. It's a reminder that goes off every night at 11:30 because I do need to go give my puppy his meds. And I should have done that before I even started this, but he'll be okay. He'll get it as soon as we're done playing. All right. So I've got the setup. I got my characters. You will notice. You probably won't because my top down, but Ahsoka's in cardboard, standee, and Mando's in acrylic. Just a couple days ago, I threw out all my cardboard standees for the base game because I'm like, I don't need them. I got the acrylics. Why am I carrying them? Well, then the expansion has all the cardboard in it. So, I mean, I can use these, but it would have been nice that I would have thrown all the cardboard ones into the expansion, and so they all match. But that's why there's a mismatch there. So I'm going to dig through this box over here because I think they're in this box that I was just putting a bunch of stuff into. So I might pull them out. All right, let's get to it. None of that matters. You guys don't care. I'm going to draw. I was trying to avoid this. I can't. Look at the first 8 cards are her. I want a mix. I don't know. I feel like her card deck is bigger than Mando's. Like every time I'm shuffling this, I've got 4 or 5 of her cards on top, and I look at this. So it's got 1 him, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of hers. Oh well, we're just gonna go with it. It is what it is. We'll be playing quite a bit of Ahsoka here to start. Also, there's a new thing. She has, you can't see them, they're off screen. It's So this is my character card. So these are going to be off screen. I can move this up a little bit because I do need to play my cards down here. But so I'm using the novice for both, and I'm using the Ahsoka's novice actually has some abilities here, and Mando has a card that only gives him 6 health. It's not a novice, but does have a one-time use ability. But in the expansion, the abilities are you don't in the base game, if when you get these cards, you use it once and then you flip it over, and then it looks like this on the other side with no ability. In the expansion characters, the abilities are ongoing. You get to do it based on the timing on the card. So it's not a one-time use. Um, so that's a different change. So I was considering using the Mandalorian's card that gives him an ability, but it's a one-time thing, and then I would flip it over, and he loses health. He starts with 6, and in my last game, him and IG-11 ended up one health away from dying. So again, I'm not very good at the game, so I'm going to need all the health I can get. All right, let's get started. So I do have Ahsoka Tano in this, so I'm playing with her. So we're going to see some of her cards, and yeah, we're set to go. So let's just get to it. My objective here is I do need to defeat Morgan Elsbeth, which is over here. It's a hidden one for some reason, but she's the only circle on the map, so that's her. But I have to defeat her, and then out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangle tokens, there's going to be Captain Lang is going to be one of them, and I have to defeat him to unlock the door. However, I can still go up on the rooftops right here and right here, and I can come across down here and down here to get to who is this? Morgan Elsbeth. So I don't have to go through the door, but I'm still going to have to go into this area to find. So one of these is going to be, like I said, Captain Lang. 3 of them are going to be prisoners. I need to find the 3 prisoners, and then others I think are just enemies. So there's a lot of enemies out there. So no matter what, I got to go in here and duke it out. And that's the thing. The failure, if either one of these characters dies, game's over and I fail. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot harder because I only have 2 characters to share in the health. There is a new plan card that's mobility, which allows you to move, which was not in the base game. So they added that in. There's also some dueling cards. So some of these characters I will have to fight with them with this dueling system, and I will be going back and forth to the rule book because there's a lot of new things, and I want to try to make sure that I'm doing them correctly. So I'm going to keep that rule book right handy right here by my side. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's get to it. Everything still works the same. I got to do 2. I have to play 2 cards, and then I do the events and see if I trigger an event or a crisis, and that's it. So, but I only got 2 people, so let's just get to it. So, Mando can disrupt an enemy within range 1. Use this before resolving enemy abilities. Well, no one's in range 1, but I could move and then do the disrupt. So I could get him like over here and not take, because I could disrupt him, so the sentry token wouldn't. I read something about that, about the disrupts and the sentry tokens. See, this one's going to be a little. I did remember reading something about that where it didn't disrupt. Let's see. Though, was it? No, it wasn't her. There's a lot of things for Ahsoka. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a lot of this wrong. So I know parting blow always still happens. I thought I saw something about. Oh, I think that's the. Was it the vigilant? I think that's what it was. Yeah. So this enemy cannot be disrupted. That's what it was. So if it's vigilant, if it's got the eyeball, this guy does not have the eyeball. So he's not. Does anybody have the eyeball? That would be. I don't see a vigilant. He's fast. He's fast. And he's got those. He's tough. He is sabotage. This guy is grapple, so he'll deals you 1 damage if you move out of his space. He's just normal. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. So what we got here? Now let's look at Ahsoka's. Force jump. Perform a free 2 strength plan action. And then move directly to any space within range 2. You may move over threats in elevation. 1, 2. I could go down here to be by them. Deal a number of damage to a threat within range 1. So I could take this guy out. I could go 1, 2, and then take that guy out. I could go and disrupt him and then get next to him so I can attack him on the next turn as well. Let's see. Look at the top 4 cards of the planning deck. Discard any and place the rest on top in any order. You may perform 1 additional action this turn. Okay. Discard any and place the rest on top in any order. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to just do Ahsoka this turn. So we're going to move. Oh, I don't want to do that because I forgot these things are sitting here. And that will trigger. So when I do a crisis, I'm going to advance this power track 1 space. This is how much damage that Elsbeth has to take. So the more I do that, like right now, I have to deal 7 damage to her. But by the time I'm getting over to her, it's probably going to go up. And because every time I do a 6 and have a crisis, this is going to move up. It's going to require more damage to her. So I really would like to keep that as low as possible. So we already have a 2 there. So I do not want to go beyond a 5. And with this hand, I can only put 1 card there, which would be this, which would be that stupid disrupt. I can't get her over there unless I do that, and I really don't want to do that. So we're going to try to be a little bit more strategic with this match. So we are going to move Mando 1 space. He's going to be here. Now he does have the sentry, but I can disrupt an enemy within range 1. I can disrupt him. And that you use that before resolving his ability. So he doesn't have the sentry ability now because he's disrupted. And then I'm going to... Yeah, I can't use any of these wilds. So I could do this to get rid of these 2. Well, she can't... this is terrible. So we're going to have no way around it because 2 of the cards in my hand are going to count as 5s when it counts the crisis. So... you may perform an additional action this turn. So I could, let's see. Yeah, that's going to trigger that. I don't want to do that. You have to take two actions. I think to avoid that, I believe that this is legal. I'm taking the attack action. There's no one to attack, but I'm losing that a card, which really stinks. I don't want to get rid of it. Okay, we're gonna I think we're gonna do what I was originally thinking. We're gonna do this anyway. We're going to just allow this to trigger. Where did her card go? So we're gonna do this forced jump instead. So we're gonna perform a free 2 strength plan action, then move directly to any space within range 2. So she's gonna go. Well, we're gonna take a 2 plan action. So a 2 plan. So I can draw 2 planning cards, and I may keep one and may place one back on the. Oh, and they're both. You may keep one and may place. Well, we're not gonna do. They're both bad luck. So that did me no good. Then move directly to any space within range 2. So she's gonna go right here. Okay, that's gonna trigger a crisis. But now I can do this attack of 4 to deal 4 damage to a threat within range 1. Let's see, he is what? He's a grapple. So he would deal damage if I move out of its space. Yeah, we're just going to take this guy. He's a 4. We are going to defeat him. All right. That was a lot. That was my first turn. Too much thinking. So we have 7. So I have to advance the power track by 1. And which, again, I don't take any damage, but it just makes it harder to defeat her at the end. But okay, and then I have to do a 5. I have to do a event. So this is going to spawn an enemy at the nearest star. This would be the nearest space. Okay. And then the 3 melee guys can move up to oh boy. This is something new you'll see too. 3 melee people can move up to 3. So he is going to move right into her space. That's a sharpshooter. 1, 2. We're just going to put him here. They probably would go into the space. Smooth when you missed it. Disrupt. Okay, so and he is a sabotage. So after this moves in the event step, disrupt the action slot with the lowest strength. So after this moves in the event, disrupt it. So he moved. Now I disrupt the one with the lowest. So that's going to be this guy. Okay. So he's now at 3. Do I have another? I do not have another melee. So just those 2. Okay. So that was this. So this comes off. This comes into my discard. But now, this is something new. If you'll notice, there's some upside down writing there. What it says is, I've done this. Then, when I play a skill card here, I have to disrupt this action. So now that gets tucked under there. So that now I got to put the disrupt token on it. Now, that will stay until I do another event. So it's something new in the expansion to make this game even harder. Thank you so much for that. Okay, now we got a 5 again. So here we are doing an engage. So the melees, 1 melee character could move up to 3. These 2 are already in the space. They're not going to move. They're just going to want to attack. A blaster, 1 blaster dude would move up to 2 spaces. So we're just going to go right here in between. And a sharpshooter can move 1. So he's going to move 1. Okay. So discard. That disrupt goes away. We're at 3. So we are done. We're done with the, what do you call it? that stage. So I need to do something real quick. I forgot to start my tracking of this. So, whoops. So I want to kickstart this, get that started. All right. I can track my plays. Okay, it's going. All right, so that ends that. We're going to draw 2 new cards. Guess what? They're all Ahsoka again. Okay, so I think I'm just going to kind of lay out, not that you can see them very well, but as long as I've got the room, I'm going to go ahead and lay out my cards down here. So I still have these 2. And now these are base cards, which will give me 1 additional strength to the move or the plan ability. So she is facing off. Oh, sabotage. I did do that. I sabotaged this one. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's not. Okay. All right. So she needs to take somebody out. You may perform 1 additional action this turn. So look at the top 4. No matter what I do, then you can perform 1 additional action. But if I place this here, then I don't think I can take that same one. Oh yeah, it's just saying you can do another action. So we don't want to go there. I need to put this 3. We're going to do this 3 into the attack. So we don't get the additional, but I do have a strength of 3. So I'm going to take out. I'm going to take the sabotage guy out, that melee guy. So we're going to get rid of him. And then use this before. Disrupt enemy within range 1. So we can disrupt, and then we can still move, but I don't really need to do that. So the only thing he can do is disrupt somebody. So my question here is, in the base game with the sentry, deals you 1 damage if you end your movement within range 1. If he doesn't move, he's already there. So I don't believe he's going to take that damage because I'm not moving. I was already there. I didn't move. That might be something I'm getting wrong. But I could disrupt him. I could move 1 and disrupt him. I could disrupt him and then move the 1. So I could be in his space. So I'm still next to that guy, but then he doesn't have that. Or she could do what? She could do one of these. She could move. We could get rid of this. Oh, but that's gonna trigger. If I put this here, now it's it would be a 5. That's what we need to do. So, oh no, because it's going to add a disrupt. That's the problem. It's going to make it so if I put this here, then oh man, you dirty dogs. Okay. So maybe I'll do some planning as my second. But even that's going to put me at a 4. Okay. So we're going to do the planning. We're going to get 2 of them. I can keep 1 and discard. I'm going to keep the defend card and discard strategize. I'm going to keep defend. That's my two. That's my 2. All right. So 0. We're at a 3. We're at a 3. We are at a 4. No event happens. Okay. So, that's my discard. So this is my hand sitting out here. All right. So now I've got some Mando cards. Okay. I only have. This would give me a 2 strength for an attack. I could wipe that sentry out, and I think that's going to be the best option. Or disrupt that guy. No, I want to get rid. That's a waste of a strength. Oh, I hate that. But we're gonna attack with the 1 to get rid of him, and then I have no safe place. I can't put this here. Disrupt him any range 1, and I could still move when I could move into his space. So disrupting him would keep him from. So let's move here. We're going to move into here. We're going to disrupt him. Okay, so he can't, because blasters are coming up. That'll keep him from shooting at me. And then, might keep him from moving, and then he would still shoot. But he wouldn't move because he's in my space, so it would go to the shoot. This is going to get a 2. So that makes it as a 3 now. Okay, so that was my 2 cards, right? I attacked and I moved him. Okay, so we are at a 1, then 2, that's a 3. This is a 4, that's a 3, that's a 4. There's no event. We draw 2 more cards. Okay. All right. So he can deal, if I attack, that'll trigger. I'm going to end up doing a lot of that power token. It's going to end up there. I guess I should just ignore it, not worry about it. I don't see a way around it. This is going to be really tough. So if I attack, deal 2 damage to an enemy in your space in addition to performing this action. So I can do 4 damage total, which would take him out. And 3, 4, 5. That would put it at a 6 though. Again, I guess I'm not gonna have a choice. So that would do 4 damage to him. He only needs 3. And she free 2 strength, plan action, then deal 3 damage to an enemy in your space. Oh, but I can't spend that. I don't want to spend that one. So she's got a couple of cards. I could just have her. Look at a face down threat within range. She doesn't have one within range 1. She could take. I could have her take a card. Another plan. That would be 3, 4. That would be a 5. So let's do this. We are going to have her take a card. It's a bad luck. Okay. So that ends the 2 cards. We have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are triggering this, and we are triggering this. So 2 blasters will shoot up to 3. Blaster 1, 2, 3. So Mando will take a hit. They're shooting at a range 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so only the 1 guy can shoot. Okay. Characters carrying. Okay. So that ended that. That clears this. That makes it easier. All these go in the same discard pile now. So we're at a 3, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do another one of these. Deal 1 damage to any character. That comes out. And we're going to go ahead and defend that damage to Ahsoka. So we don't take that. Okay. 2 more cards. We have a tracking fob for Mando and another. Ooh, there's a 5 damage there. I think we're going to do that. We are just going to spend this right now. It doesn't matter, but I can take care of this guy right now. He's gone. And then 2, 3. Oh, Look at the top 4 cards of the planning deck. Maybe I should do that. I've been pulling bad lucks out. 3 damage to enemy in your space. This move 1 space, ignoring any abilities. So I can do the. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, so the only really thing I can do is do a plan. And I think you may perform one additional action this turn. I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do a 4 plan. So we're going to. There's the new mobilize, a mobilize. There's a defend and a retaliate. So I can pick one of these to put on Mando. I love retaliate because when you still take the hit, but it gives 2 back to the enemy. That is, I love defend, but that's my favorite. I'm going to put the defend back on top and discard the 2 mobilizes. So again, mobilize there, discard this during your action step to move up to 2 spaces, ignoring enemy abilities. So it can come in really handy if you need to get away. I can see that coming in handy. So, all right. So that ends that. We have a 3. We have a 4. We have a 3. We have a 4. No, nothing's triggered, but it's gonna happen here soon. I can tell you that because I keep drawing high numbered cards, and now I got all these wilds that keep coming up. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Move. Deal 2 damage to an enemy in your space. Well, I can't get to an enemy. The sneak attack. I can't. It's 2, so I can't get to them. That has to be in your space. Here, perform a 2 strength plan action, then deal 3 damage to an enemy in your space. But I don't have an enemy. This looks at the top 4. That's just a straight up 4. Yeah, see, we're going to be hosed here again. So maybe we should move. Maybe we should just do this movement, deal with this. Then I could deal with it twice, get a free 2 strength plan action, and then deal 3 damage to an enemy in my space. So I could just go 1, 2. Okay, so these guys are what? I might have missed that. Fast. When this enemy moves during the event step, move it 1 additional space. Oh, he was shooting. Okay. And then he's also tough. So when dealt damage, I got to draw a dual card and block the damage shown next to the icon. Card and block the damage shown. So he's going to block damage on there. So you get let's pull the one on the bottom. So this is the dual card. And it's got the tough, and I think I want to do 2 or more. Oh no, I think this has to do something with this. I remember reading. Okay, so it shows you down here. This one would actually block nothing, so that's the bottom one. But I don't know what that's gonna pull up. I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna just move. We are gonna go right into his space. Okay, then we are going to. No, we're going to. I can't go past him. I have to stop. Then we are going to do this one is a 5-er. Perform a 2 strength plan action, and then deal 3 damage to the enemy in your space. I think I'm just going to put this here to clear these. So I'm going to perform a free 2 strength plan action, which is drawing 2 cards. Mandalorian's going to take the defend. And we're going to put mobilize back on top. Okay, then deal 3 damage. He's strengthened, so let's see. I'm going to deal 3. He avoids 1, so I'm only doing 2 damage to him. All right. And that's both actions. So we got a 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to move up. Then we have to deal one of these. So you are dealt 1 damage unless you discard the top card of your skill deck. If that card does not have an ability, resolve 1 additional event. So I did this yesterday or the other night and got hosed. So I'm just going to take the damage, but I'm going to defend against it so that I don't take that. And that clears this. It pulls this off. It pulls this out. Those go back to my discard. We are at a 4. This one is at a at an 8. So this moves up again. These are going to go out. And then we still have to do this. So it's going to spawn a random enemy in my space. And Mando was the only one that did anything. So, oh goody, he gets another guy. And then 1 blaster at a range of 2, but is going to shoot. So Mando's taking another hit, but he is retaliating, and we're going to, for 2, we're going to take this guy out. So, whoops. So that actually didn't do too bad. That did take a guy out because he shot at me and I had retaliate. So, okay, that should be it. We're going to do another 2 cards. So, we've got 3 Mandos and an Ahsoka. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I love this attack. Whistling Bird. So I can attack and deal 5 damage split as you choose between any threats within range 1. So we are absolutely, it's going to move that threat, but I don't care. So that's a 3, that's a 2. Oh, but they're both strengthened, but I'm doing it anyway. So we're dealing 3 to this guy. Let's hope it's a 0. It's a 0. So he's gone. And we got to pull, he's strengthened. So that's a 1. So I'm only doing 1 damage to him, but he's 1 away from dying. And then what's the other thing we're going to do? I could move into that spot and see if that's a prisoner. Deal 2 damage to an enemy in your space. Use this before Oh, I should have done this first. I could have done 2 to him. Well, I don't think it would have made a difference. Let's just do a movement of 2 as the second action. We're going to move just right into here and see what this is. It is a prisoner. So during your action step, you may rescue prisoner feature in your space. Just discard this. So there's 1. I gotta free all the prisoners. I think there's 3. Right? Didn't I say that? And all 3 prisoners found. So there's 1. So that worked. Okay. So that ends my action steps. We're at a 2. We are at a 9. So that thing's moving up. And then we have to do one of these. So melee, 1 melee will move up to 3 spaces. Okay, there's none there. And 3 melees would attack, but there are none, which means we have to put one of these guys out into the nearest star spot. Those the only 2? Okay, so there's 1 here and 1 there. This would be the closest to him. Right up here on the roof. The roof! Which they can still shoot down at me. Okay. And that's at a 4. So that ends that. We got... Alright, so Ahsoka has the Shoto lightsaber attack. When performing this action, if the top card of the planning discard pile is retaliate or defend, you add 4 strength. And it is. Okay, so we got to move her. I can't get her to move. I need to keep this. I don't have a move option for her. I need to get rid of this thing. So this says, look at the top 4 cards of the planning deck. Discard any and place the rest on top in any order. Discard any and place the rest. I don't want to discard necessarily any. I want to leave the retaliate on the top. But I think I want to get rid of this. This, I've not been able to really do much with this. Within range of that number, which is a 0. So if I go to the intel, or I go do the damage, deal 2 enchantment in an enemy in your space, which... So I could move 2. You know, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to move him. I can move up to 2. So let's... I could move like this, see what this is, and then if there's an enemy, which it's not, I would have dealt 2 damage to him in your space, but we're rescuing another prisoner. So I did the 2. We just didn't get to do... I was going to go here and just get rid of him, but I was like, if that's an enemy, then I'm at least doing 2 damage to him. Okay, and then I think we're just going to do this. So we're going to do this attack, but it's nothing. We're going to look at the top 4 cards of the planning deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't want to discard necessarily because I want to have a retaliate or a defend, but I can discard any and place the rest on top in any order. So I'm just going to put the bad luck at the bottom, put retaliate at the top. Yep, we're just going to put them that way. And I can perform an additional action, but I'm not... You may perform an additional action. I'm not going to because I want to save this. And I can't get her moved, and I don't need to move him 4 spaces. So we're going to stop. We have a 4 here. We do have a 5 here. So we got melee. Melees can move 3. There are none, which means we're spawning another one. Mando was the last one. No, she was the last one to go. So this is going to spawn up here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're the same distance, so we'll put it up here. That clears that. That's a 4. Okay. Next action phase. Now I've got all Mando cards. So I could outright attack for the 3 just to get rid of the guy. Because he's tough as well. So I could move. I think I'm just going to do that. I think I'm just going to attack for the 3. He only needs 1. He defends nothing. Okay. So he's gone. So that's 1 action. The next one would be to move. Do I go all in and just get rid of that? I think we'll get rid of the 4 move because it's still going to, no matter what, it's going to trigger this thing to move again. So I'm just going to move. I want to get away from him, I think. So we're going to move over here. He's a baddie. He's a baddie. Okay, so we definitely are dealing with this, and we're triggering the 5. So all sharpshooters are going to be able to move 1. So they're going to move down 1 right here. This guy's going to move 1 over here because he can still shoot down. I think you can still shoot down over the red barriers. Let me double check. You just can't move. You can't move through them, but I think you can still shoot past those barriers. The terrain. Dotted lines represent elevated spaces such as rooftops. Dotted lines are not adjacent, but you can count range through elevation. It means characters or enemies cannot move, but they can attack and they can use yeah, they can attack. So he would go this way, which actually would put him adjacent based on the way that is. So that's one, that's two, and that's the only those. And then one can shoot at a range of two. 1, 2. So you could shoot at the Mandalorian. So he's going to be 3 damage. He's up to 3. Okay. So now draw 2 more cards. We have Ahsoka. We got a couple of hers now. So I want to get her to. I want her to be able to move, right? Because when she attacks, we can attack for 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need her to move for 4. Till the end of this action step, characters ignore enemy abilities. That's only 1. So if I take this, and performance, I should keep 2 different planning cards instead of 1. But I'm not doing the planning. We're going to do this as a move of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in the space. Okay. And then we are doing this. So attack. So when performing this action, if the top card is retaliate or defend, you add 4 strength, which gives me 6. He needs a 5, but he is tough, and he blocked 2. Dang it! I only took 4 damage. Oh, come on. That was such a great... Oh, okay. That was interesting. That was pretty cool, actually. Could have wiped him out, but because of the toughened ability that he has, he negated 2 of them and still alive. It's not cool for me that he's still alive, but it's kind of a neat way that worked out. Okay. So that was my 2 actions. We're at a 4. We are at a 5 here. Outsmarted, shuffle all bad luck cards from the discard pile, which I think were a couple. So there's 3. Shuffle those back into this deck, then resolve another crisis. So what I typically do is I'll put one on top, put one in the middle, one on the bottom. That way they're not all together. And then that way you're trying to still get them dispersed throughout. Sometimes they'll end up all stacked together if you put them all like that. Okay, and then I got to then resolve a crisis, which means that. So it's no damage, but yeah, that's going to take a lot of damage to take her out. Okay, and we're at a 4 there, so that's it. Now we can go back to the next plan. Oh, we got Rising Phoenix and the Ambin Phase Pulse Blaster. Okay, so he's got a 4B, 4 dude right there. Instead of performing this action, deal 3 damage to a threat at exactly range 3. 1, 2, 3. There are none at exact 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Well, I could take that out, but I don't think that's worth it. Perform this action, deal 3 damage to a threat. I don't think that's worth it. So I could just do this 3 and attack this guy up here. Because again, we're in range. So I could attack him to get rid of the sharpshooter. I think that's going to be my best course of action. So we're going to get rid of him. Okay. Then if I do this move, it's going to trigger that. Now, the problem here is every time I do this, after it gets here, I start taking damage once that's maxed out. If it was already in the final space, you instead are dealt a damage. So that's the other bad thing here. But I'm getting closer to her. At least. Oh, is this the dude? No, it's not. I still haven't found the guy to open the door, but I need to find one more prisoner. Watch, he's going to be right up there. She can at least come down here and start duking it out with her. So I can't do any more attacks. At the end of this action step, characters ignore enemy abilities. She could move right here. I'd rather her just stay there and fight that dude. You can't. He could move directly to any space within range 2, ignoring abilities, and you may move over threats and elevation. I could go up top. I can move over the elevation within range 2. I could go right here, or I could just over here and see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the 4, one of them is the prisoner. If that's the prisoner up there, then that's pretty good. If that turned out to be the prisoner, then both these guys can just kind of come in and just take her out. But it could be one of these. And if it's not up there, then I would need that something like that to come back to swoop back down, or I have to backtrack to get back down there. So I don't think that's a great move. I don't want to use the 3 here. She can't attack, so her 1 doesn't do any good. So if we do this, which I don't want to run that up, but I think I'm going to have no options here. We can move directly to any space with a range 2, ignoring enemies. So I would ignore the enemy abilities. So he would not do his grapple. So I get to ignore it because I'm doing my Rising Phoenix. I'm just going to go right here. And I gained a health. Oh, that's a bonus. So I'm going back down to 2. I didn't realize there was health in there. I thought the rest were enemies. Okay. All right. So that's my 2 actions. All right. So we definitely have gone here. That maxes out. Now, from now on, any crisis is I'm taking damage, which sucks. That could be my undoing. All right. So now I got 2 people. A total of 2 of any of the kind can do damage at range 0. So this is the only one that can do damage. So she's going to take a hit. And that's it. Because it's range 0. You got to be in their spot. That's the only one that's in a spot. Okay, so 3 and 4. So back to action time. So now she can attack. So he's tough. He only needs 1. Well, I could do this, and that definitely would kill him. Wait. Do I have more than one of those? Oh, I do have more. I'm like, I thought I used that. I do have more than one of those lightsaber cards. Sweet! That's awesome. Okay, we're going to do that again. Because that'll put me at a 5 here on the attack, so I don't have to take damage necessarily, at least from the crisis. But this is when performing this action. If the top card is retaliate or defend, he had 4. That gives me a 6. I only need 1, but he is strengthened. He defends none. He be gone. See ya. All right. Okay, and then move until the end of this action step. Characters ignore enemy abilities. So we're going to do a 1 move. Oh, got the prisoner. So there's the 3 prisoners. Now, the only thing that we have to do... See, now I need another one of those flying up tops. All we have to do is go in here and kill her. That's it. If we can kill her, we win. So he needs to get up here. See, I shouldn't have... now I feel like I wasted my Rising Phoenix. Okay, so those were the 2 actions. We're at a 1. We're at a 5. Sharpshooters are going to attack. So one of them will attack within a range 2. Nope, he is not in a range 2. So the same enemy attack. But there was no I had to spawn someone because there was nothing happened. So I have to spawn into the nearest, which would be what, her? So, because she went last, yeah. So she gets a sentry dude next to her. It's a 4. Okay, 2 more actions. Come on, give me Mando's Rising Phoenix again. Okay, not going to happen. So let's see, we can we can get into that space. 1, 2, 3. She is going to move for 3. 1, 2, 3. We are flipping this over. So now, okay, so she is a dual and vigilant. She cannot be disrupted. Her abilities can't be ignored. And then we have to do the duel. So she can only be dealt damage if you are in its space. And then before dealing it damage, you draw a duel card and resolve the duel ability. You cannot automatically defeat or move damage to this enemy. So I'm in her space, which I have to be. And then I have to do an attack, but the attack action is you for instance. Before dealing a damage, you draw a duel card, resolve the duel ability. So I think, let's see if you still do damage or if it's completely on dueling. So this ability will always try to block some damage. Deal all remaining damage to the enemy, if any, then resolve the rest of the duel ability. After resolving the duel, keep it discarded face up. Hint as to, okay, the icon on the back of each duel card gives a hint as to what amount of damage works best against this card. For example, a card with a 3+ icon will likely block 1 or 2 damage. Okay, so the one that's up here is a 3. So it's likely going to block a 1 or a 2. Okay, so we are going to do 3 attack of 3. Let's see, take the top card of the planning discard pile. You may resolve this ability a second time. Or take the top card of the planning discard pile. It's a retaliate. If retained, you may resolve this. It's not, so we don't need that. So we're just going to spend this here to do 3 damage. So we are going to take this, and then it says, so this is what I have to do to attack in a duel. So it says spawn 1. Oh, man. Spawn 1 reinforcement adjacent to your space. Wow, I didn't know. I'm not there. And they're a 2. The enemy blocks 2 damage, so they're only going to then move the enemy to the reinforcement space. So she's only taking 1 of the 12, or 1 of the 3, and then she's moving over here. I think I'm just going to track, because it's going to be a lot of tokens. I'm just going to track it over here. Just put the 1 damage there that she has. Oh, wow, that sucks. Okay. And that completes. So we're at a 4, 3, and a 4. No event. We draw. Okay, so he needs to hightail it up here somehow. Instead of performing this action, search the plan discard pile for 1 defend card, take it, then shuffle the deck. I can move 3 spaces. This could be a health. This could be a health. This is most likely an enemy. I could attack 1, 2. If I could just move the 3. 1, 2. I think that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3. We're going to move the 3. Oh, but then he's going to take damage. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Because I can't go above. I can't trigger 6s now. So if I attack for 3, we're just going to do this. We are going to do this. We're going to do this as attack. It's going to make a 6, which is going to give me a damage. But I'm going to have to take him out. Otherwise, I'm still taking a damage anyways. So we got to take him out. So that just gets rid of him. This action at the top card of mobilize or defend, add 4 strength, or take the card. So I did that. I can only attack if I'm in your space. So performance, like search the planning deck and discard pile for one defend card. Take it, then shuffle the deck. Or should I just attack? I just did an attack, so I could just move here, but one of these is going to be that freaking captain dude. But that would open this to allow me. So we're just going to do that. We're going to move 1, 3, 4. That gives me a 5. We're just going to move 1. We're going to move right here. And it's not him. So he's up there. Okay. So he's right here. Ah, crap. That means I'm taking a damage because I ended my turn in the sentry spot. Poop. So, all right, 3, 4, 5. Three people can move. So, a sentry, a melee guy. So he's going to move into my spot. I'm thinking this guy is going to probably move. And then I can get 3 of them. He can move 2 spaces. 1, 2. We'll go there, 2. Oh, and he's fast. So when this enemy moves during an event step, it moves an additional space. So yeah. The other guys didn't matter. Okay. And then we weren't at a 6. Okay. Now this one is. So I am taking a hit. I'm taking a damage because that's maxed out. And I got to deal in a 5, which is going to be blasters. 3 blasters within range 2. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, but that just spawns each one not within range 2. The nearest character moves 1 space toward them. Oh, so it still triggers something. So I don't have to spawn a guy. Okay. We got a card. We got a shuffle. Okay, give me my Rising Phoenix now. Because I can't. That dude's upstairs to open the door. So I can't. I can get out. If I can jetpack, zip, right up to the top, then those guys can't get to us. And then it's her and I trying to fight these two up there. I could really use that Rising Phoenix card or whatever it's called. Nope. Okay. So the only one I've got for Mando is to plan. Instead of performance action, search the planning deck and discard pile for a defend and take. Oh, it's the one I didn't do, which would make that a 5, which would clear that out. So she's got a 1. When performing this action, if the top card of the discard pile is a mobilize or a defend, which it's not, add strength 4 or take the card. This is you can move. This is perform this action, keep 2 different planning cards instead of 1. But I've already got that there. Okay, so she is just going to outright attack for 2 to this guy right here to get rid of him. So we're getting rid of that guy. These guys are downstairs. They're down here with me. We're all in the space. And I can't attack her unless I'm in the spot. So I could move. This action at the top card of the planning discard as a mobilizer defend, add 4 strength or take the card. So we can go here. That would be good. Okay, so we can move the 1. Now, when performing this action, if the top card of the planning discard pile is mobilize or defend, Oh, either add 4 strength or take that card. Oh, I can't take the. Okay. It doesn't matter. I wanted to move into that spot with her anyways. Okay, we're to 1, we're to 2, we're to 4. No event. So we can do a 3 again is all we can do for. So we're going to attack for 3. So we got to pull one of these again. Resolve the crisis. The enemy blocks all damage except 2. Yikes. All damage except resolve the crisis, which means she has to take a hit. Oh wait, you can only attack threats in your. Oh shit. I could. Oh, did I attack melee with her? Once per turn, before or after you perform an action, you can move once. I have completely been ignored. I forgot about the abilities. Her ability. I forgot. I haven't had that in the base game, so I completely forgot that she can only attack threats in her space, and before or after an action, she can move one space. So she could have last time she could have moved up here anyways, even after they moved. Ah. Okay, so anyways, so we resolve the crisis, so she takes a hit. The enemy blocks all damage except 2. So I gave 3. It says all damage except for because so you're gonna take 2 damage. Okay, so she takes 2. So she's up to 3. Okay. And then for my next trick, instead of performing this action, search the planning for a defend card. Take it in the shop. Maybe I should just do that. Take a defend. I won't move, so I don't take either of those damage from because he's got a grapple. So that's why I need that thing. So I think we're just going to do this. We're going to put this here. So instead of performing this, I'm going to search the planning deck and discard pile for what defend, and then reshuffle the whole deck. So I'm going to take a defend, and then we're going to shuffle this whole deck again. And I didn't leave, and I didn't move, so either of those won't trigger. That's a 1, that's a 5. So we're going to have to deal with two events. So this first one is the blaster. Sharpshooters can move, but I think we're gonna move this blaster 3. 1, 2, 3, and he's a fast, so he gets to move an additional spot. And then I can move the other guys are right there. So I guess I could just move another one into his spot. Okay. And then a melee would attack at range 0. So Mando is going to defend that from that dude. Okay. So that's that one. And then we got to deal with this one. The nearest enemy moves 1 space towards you. Then, if it is in your space, it attacks you. We are going to have her attack. So she's going to take a 3rd. Okay. Come on. Need my jetpack. All right. So if I run, I will take a damage because he's got the grapple. 2, 3. But I could get over here. I think that's what I need to do. We're gonna do it. So 1, 2, 3. He's gonna go up to 5 damage, which is not ideal. He's only got 3 left. Oh. And then Ahsoka could attack for 4. So she's going to do an attack of 4. Duel. The enemy blocks. Come on! You may deal yourself 1 damage to deal 2 unblockable to the enemy. I gotta. 1 damage to do 2 unblockable. So she's up to 5. Come on. I keep getting these good attacks. Like, she's only got 2 left. Once per turn. So I could move 1 space, but I could move 1 space away, but I need to be there. So, okay. 3, 4, 4. So, when we're on to the next. They're all Ahsoka. When performing this action, if the top part is a retaliate or a defend, add 4 strength. Okay, we are doing this. We are attacking. That's giving me 6 strength. You may deal yourself 1 damage to resolve a new duel card. Otherwise, then he blocks all damage except 1. Are you kidding me? The 1 more damage and I'm dead, and that ends the game. But I've got 6 damage here towards her. The enemy blocks 4. So she only takes 2 more. So she's up to 7. This sucks. What the heck? Come on. You may disrupt both the move and plan actions. Deal 2 more to damage the enemy. Disrupt both the move and plan actions. The move, which would cause this to definitely trigger, so he would definitely take a hit. And the plan, there's nothing there. To deal 2 more, puts it at 9. And I got to get to 12. So close. Hang on there. Hang on. Oh, okay. And one more thing. This gives me... Okay, so let's do this. So this will draw 1. So we get to draw 2. We are doing the defend. Absolutely. Okay, so now we've got 3. We got that. Okay, well, he's taking the hit. And blasters. One can shoot at a range of 2. Oh, God. We were over that, so one's going to shoot at a range 2. So he's going to shoot, and then another one's going to shoot. That's it. Nope. Okay. So he's going to shoot 1, 2. So he's going to be up to 7. Oh, man. This is jacked. And then 1, 2, he's going to shoot up and defend that. Okay. This sucker needs 3 damage. 3 damage. So I need... Oh, now I'm going to get Mando cards. Dadgummit. I need some more powerful for her. This, I could... Oh, hold on. I'm not done. That's a 6. So, game over. I got to resolve this. That's a 6. Someone's taking the damage. Either one dies. It's a loss. Oh, so close. I'm not... You know what? I want to see. I'm going to do it. I want to see. So we would have... Okay. Had I had 1 more health, or had a defend been on one of these to avoid that, this is what was in my hand, I would have played this as an attack. She needs 3 to die. The most I could do is 3, which it's obviously going to defend. The enemy blocks all damage except 2. They would have still needed another one, so that's it. All right. Well, here's an hour 20 minutes to a loss. So close. So close. A lot of fun. I'm definitely going to play this one again. It is fun. I really like this game a lot. I need to get this one to my gaming group and play it so I can just focus on one character. I think there's several people I think would like this. This type of game there's definitely people in my group that aren't into this type of game, but there are those that would like this. So, yeah. But anyways, again, thank you for watching. If you haven't, hit the like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you'll know when new content's coming. And please feel free to share any comments. If tell me what I did wrong. I'm open for that. And tell me what you thought about the game. And just love hearing from you guys. All right. Thanks so much for supporting us. We'll see you at the table.